What's up, good game report community? How the heck are you? Happy Sunday night. If you're tuning in to Twitch Live, what's up? It's Stav. We got another podcast in front of us right now. It's going to be a great one. It's going to be freaking awesome. If you're listening later on in the week, thank you so much for listening. Greatly appreciate it. We got some stuff we got to talk about. This is a slapping week. Bunch of new news that coming out. We're going to talk with our guest about the road to partner. It's kind of a nice little thing we haven't talked about yet, so we're really looking forward to that. COD Warzone hit earlier this week, and I think everybody in the world has been playing it, so we're going to talk about that. We had a very interesting tweet from a big-time streamer who recently switched over to another platform that we want to get into, and then obviously with the corona, being in the world right now and kind of changing people's lives, we're going to have a nice conversation about how it's going to affect gaming in a good way. Okay, so stay tuned for that. We also have a couple GGR questions that we're going to get into as well. But let me bring in my co-host who's sitting, is he above? No, he's below me on the podcast right now. Mendy, what's up, bro? Can we get a year for all the years in chat?
Year.
Let's get a double year for the years in chat as well.
Year.
Big Priest, Mendy, thank you so much. And then we got our guest. He's just over there with a fantastic mustache, just dominating everything right now. Smiling, ear to ear mustache and smile. It's great. Reaperofhugs42 is joining us. Big Pogs. Reap, thank you so much for coming on. How are you doing today?
Hey man, I'm doing good. Thank you guys so much for having me on. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. Now, when they sent over your thing, they were like, we should really have Reaper of Hugs on, and I was like, all right, let me check it out. And boom, your mustache just hit me in the face, like a fastball, and I was just like, okay, yeah, let's do this. We're on. But no, like how's everything going? You have a good day? Have a good weekend?
Yeah, everything's going pretty good, man. Just work's crazy busy. I work at a fire station, so we've been dealing with the corona thing ourselves. We got like extra protocols and stuff. And other than that, man, trying to grind on growing on YouTube a little bit while stop by streams as much as I can to continuously learn about new content.
So let's go into that. Can you give everybody a kind of breakdown or background of, kind of who you are so they can kind of have a sense?
Yeah, man, I've been gaming most of my life. Me and my brothers used to play Mario and stuff all the time. Legend of Zelda, things like that. I went to college, got a degree, decided I wanted to go be a firefighter, so went back to school for that. And in between there, I still played a lot of games. And my buddy, I used to play PUBG, was like, hey man, why don't you go and stream? You're already like, I would just say a bunch of random stuff while we stream. So he's like, you're already basically doing it. And started up streaming, didn't know what I was doing, just kind of dove into it. And that was about October 2018. And from there, I've really just tried to build a positive community, meet as many people as I can, learn from whoever I can, and just gain all the knowledge possible. And yeah, other than that, I started up the YouTube like 2 weeks ago, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with that, but I figured a big thing with anything social media wise, this stuff wise, if you can even reach one new person per day, that's still one new person that you didn't have the chance to reach out to before. If they don't like your content, it's all right. But if they do, hey, you got a new friend.
What's the avenue you're taking on YouTube?
Oh, I'm taking it away. Like, I just really enjoy personally trying new things and like unboxing things. And I'm a big person advocate of like, if I want to buy a product, I like actually seeing the product and watching somebody touch it, things like that. So I'm going to try to do some unboxings, some like basic streaming advice that what's worked for me. And big thing is like what's worked for me is not going to work for everybody, but it might help out some people. And just simple stuff like that, random vlog things, just really whatever I feel like for the day.
I like the unboxing stuff, Mendy. This is something that maybe we should get into. I think you should buy me a bunch of stuff with your money, and then I'll unbox it all, and I'll be the face. You're just spending the money.
Okay.
And you down?
No, keep going. It was like okay, keep going. It wasn't like okay, let's do it.
Oh, I heard an okay, let's do it. So I'll send you over something that we can unbox together in a sense, but really just me unboxing. I think that'd be pretty good. Yes. I love the unboxing stuff too, and that's something that like I never thought about doing, but maybe I'll have to give it another shot because I love those videos. I think they're great, and like you just never know what you're going to open up. Do you do mystery boxes at all, or is it just pure stuff that you know what's in it already?
I probably will do. I think mystery box would be fun, but the ones I've done are the stuff I've already got. So for me, I kind of watched a few things about YouTube, and I really wanted to just like put out as much material as I could the first couple weeks. I'm trying to do like 2 to 3 videos a week, because if anybody happens to stop by that doesn't know me, then they'll be able to watch a video or two, and it's not just like, all right, here's this content. Don't know if he's come back, not going to subscribe right now. So the big thing for me was I got this Alt Customs keyboard, and I know there's a couple people around the community, especially like the Hype Squad on Twitter, that are advocates for this. And I had a buddy that's really positive. I wanted to support him. But little things like that, like I wouldn't have found this keyboard if I didn't know this guy. So I figured I might as well put that out there for him. And I think it's shows a big initiative for the company if they're willing to put like effort into the boxing, the packaging, all that stuff on top of it. I think it just shows a lot more about them compared to like you get that FedEx box that's been kicked into next week. Looks like it's got dents all over the place and it just looks real bad.
I do like a really good presented box when I open something up. I'm just like, all right, what's inside of it? This is going to be cool. Like if it looks good on the outside, it's probably looking good on the inside.
Oh yeah, it just shows they take that extra time for you.
How did you get connected to the GGR, if you don't mind us, and kind of letting people know how you got connected to us?
Oh, I got connected to you guys because one of y'all, I believe, just dropped into the stream and was like, "Hey man, howdy, how's it going out this sometime?" And I was like, hey, "Sure, let's do it." And then I saw also Deuce's Wild Bill, talked to him a little bit, and Sunfire TV, like I said. And that's what's kind of cool is like the gaming community, stream community is really big, but at the same time, it's really small. So as soon as you guys dropped in and I heard a few names, I was like, oh yeah, I know these people. And if they're people I like and like, you know, people I've actually seen be supportive and be out in the community and actually take care of the community and content, then I'm all about it. But of course, we've all seen the flip side of it.
We had a great time with Sunfire and Deuces.
Yeah, dude, Sunfire's got like the most legitimate setup I've ever seen for a streamer. It is just disgusting.
So cool.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
No, I don't have any music talent. Mendy,
you have a beautiful voice, though, Stav.
I do. I've been doing Twitch sings, and it's actually really fun.
Yes.
I'm
very
terrible
late at night.
Yes, very late at night. I actually don't know how my neighbors haven't said anything, but we'll get to that bridge when we get there. So you kind of touched on your gaming background a little bit. You started off just like anybody playing Mario growing up. I see a little Zelda thing you got behind you over there. Big Zelda fan?
Oh yeah, man. I love Zelda's by far my favorite games I've ever played. And didn't really play much Majora's Mask. I just love the Ocarina of Time, especially as a kid. Like me and my brothers got stuck on Jabu's belly for like literally a year. And it's kind of funny because like we just never read anything the game said. And they're like, you got to go catch a fish to get in this dude's belly. And us being us, we were just like running in circles. And we went around the entire map. We found like little glitches and stuff in the map, but we could never figure out how to get in there. And this was like pre-internet period. So we were like, I don't know, we'll just get back to it eventually, and finally figured it out. But cool thing about that company, they make like giant metal, basically
I got
stuff
3
and displays. So this dude that actually made that design reached out to me. And he's like, hey man, on Instagram, he found me. He's like, hey man, thanks so much for purchasing with my design. Here's some more if you like them. And I was like, oh dude, cool. Thanks, man.
I got a Zelda one up top as well. The steel plates. I love these things. I think they're so cool.
Oh, they're mine fell off the wall after like 3 seconds.
I did too. So I had to rehang them.
Oh yeah.
Well, but that's Ocarina of Time is my favorite game of all time, and I haven't played it in probably 20 years, but it's just still up there. It's just my favorite. It's crazy. I'm super big fan of that.
The music and the immersion on that game was just like no matter where you were somehow, and I think the music played a large part of it, but it really like drew you into the game. Like when you went to the Shadow Temple, stuff like that, I was like as a kid, I was like, man, this is spooky. You got the mummies jumping on your back, just like eating your head. I'm like, every time they screamed, I was like, that's not okay, man.
It was ahead of its time, and I always say that was like the first open world game that we didn't even know at the time. And like, yes, you had to you're supposed to go to set areas, but like you're sitting in the middle of that field, right? And you're just like, oh, I can go here, I can go there. And you look back and you're like, wow, like that was like literally the first open world game that you could just venture off and do whatever you wanted to kind of do. And I think that's why I still love it, because I look back and I just say, damn, it was just a perfect game.
Oh yeah, and you can find. I love the hidden items in it more than anything. Because what was the one I played before that? It was A Link to the Past. I love that one. You can like go find items to help you out with the game. Didn't really matter if you had them or not, but you can still go grab them. And I thought that was really cool to add that in there.
I would love to play it again, but I'm not that technical savvy to be able to set up something like that to my setup now. But if you could just kind of describe, maybe your stream, your community that you have, just so if people want to go check you out, they kind of have an idea going into it.
Yeah, so I mean, the community, like I said, I've kind of, and it's not that. To me, like you create a community, but at the same time, you surround yourself with fellow communities that have like-minded and like mindsets and individuals that have similar passions and things like that. Because it's important. Like I can meet somebody in another community that's amazing and we connect. I can stop by their stream and actually enjoy it all the time. But I always emphasize positivity. We do a lot of charity work on the channel. We've raised over $2,000 for different charities. And I used to play a wide assortment. Now I'm typically playing Escape from Tarkov, Doom 2016. Doom Eternal is going to be big. Hyped to unbox the collector's edition of that. Some Dead Cells and just pretty much whatever really is kind of going around. Like Warzone's a big one right now. I'm actually really excited to play that with people. But more than anything, we've done the charities and those. It's just been a lot of fun to do all that. And the positive. I always emphasize positivity because to me, like, mental health and things like that are a real big stigma in the gaming community. A lot of people don't really feel comfortable talking with it unless they might see others talking about it. And there's a lot of negativity and toxicity that runs around it. So I was like, I'm a big advocate of be the change you want to be. So I'll always try to like be positive, even if I'm being a little bit down that day, because if I can cheer one person up that day, then I still feel like I've made a difference.
That's a great mindset.
Definitely.
That's a great mindset.
Stav really wants to get into charity streams as well.
Big time. I'm really craving to do one.
Yeah.
I did a YouTube video on how to set it up with Streamlabs, which I know you guys use.
Yes,
but it's also, I use Soft Giving currently. And honestly, like those companies are just, it's secure and it's a good way for, I've seen a lot of things go south and people are like, well, let's do a GoFundMe. And then they don't know if the money goes right to it. And then it gets a little questionable. And these, it's just like, you go to the website, you can read about them, you can make sure they're a fit for you and you can donate, but just never do the GoFundMe. To me, that's a big F. It's scary.
Does your community support turtles?
I mean, yeah, who doesn't?
Well, Mendy actually has a turtle, Speedy, and most of Mendy's community would prefer just to watch Speedy over his gameplay. It's pretty wild.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. Most people like watching this chair. When I get more views when I go to the bathroom in the chair than when I do when I'm sitting here playing the game. So he has
a camera on Speedy in the other room, and it's Speedy Cam just takes over, and chat just absolutely loves it.
Yeah,
I think that's awesome, man. The dual cameras is really it's quality entertainment. It's a good way to go, and it brings a little something. It brings something unique to your stream because now people see you. They're like, hey, it's the Turtle Man.
It's true.
That's important. That's really important.
Whenever I go into like new streams and just like new communities and stuff, they'll sometimes go into my account and they'll look at my VODs. Like, this guy's got a turtle on his stream. What's going on here? And that's kind of like the poll. Like, that's how I connect with people because it's just right there. You can just start a conversation off that because who else has a turtle on stream?
Oh yeah, and that's important. I think a lot of people like don't realize how important those little things are for the channel. Those little branding niches, like it's not even forced. You just did it because you love the turtle, and here you are now. Everybody for the guy with.
Yeah,
I always talk about this. You need an eye catcher. You need that unique viewer, and you need to catch that person's attention because you usually only get 10 seconds, right? So they're like, I'm not feeling this, I'm out. So you need something, and I mean, my gameplay is definitely not going to keep them there because I'm terrible at just about every game. So like I put a lot of lights in my room. I put stuff around. So if someone comes in, they'll be like, oh, I love White Claw. And I'll be like, yeah, same.
Same, man.
So like, but
you get a lot of, oh, I love the Patriots.
No, because a lot of people don't like the Patriots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're not wrong, man.
But this goes for you. We had Deuces on, and a lot of people like Deuces for the mustache. Like that has to be one of the first questions people come in or comments is just like, yo, sweet mustache. And then you're probably like, yep, I grew it myself.
Oh yeah, I actually had a lot of. It starts off typically with either mustache or bald head, and both of them are hilarious to me because either one they're like, "Are you gonna wax that bald head?" I was like, "Don't you tease me with a good time, guys!" Like I've had people actually try to troll the channel that end up being a viewer because I just don't care. Like it's not amazing enough. It takes a lot to phase me. I just pretty easygoing personality with stuff.
Turning the trolls into lovers, haters into lovers is really fun. I had on Rocket League. I had a kid come in after we played him, and he was trying to troll me very hard. But I was just like, "I love you, baby. Thank you so much." And he ended up following, and then Mendy gifted him a sub right after. So it was pretty.
Oh man, blew his mind.
It was pretty good.
Yeah,
honestly, that is a good way to get a consistent viewer because they might come back, and it's funny because like feeding into the trolls and like making yourself feel bad doesn't do anything. But we had, and this is my favorite so far, we had somebody called Dong Awareness come by the channel. I didn't know who this was. They started posting the pixelated dick pics just going down the chat. And I was like, oh, whoa. So we banned them. And then we had Dong Awareness 32 pop in.
Oh boy.
Somebody from the chat though was like, hey, I've seen this Dong Awareness person before. And there's a partner streamer whose channel I guess he dropped into. It's like Katie something, but they're like, yeah, I think I found him on Twitter. And they ended up talking to Dong Awareness, and Dong Awareness gifted this streamer some subs. Ended up doing the same thing in our channel. As soon as we caught what they were doing, he's like, "Oh, hey man, how's it going?" They were super friendly and just gifted 5 subs to the community, hung out for a few, and they've stopped by again. It's like, okay, didn't expect that. Thought they were just going to try to troll the stream, but now we made a friend.
That's pretty wild. That's a pretty wild freaking turn of events.
That's why I was really glad the moderator actually like, hey, wait a second, let me pull up this Twitter where you're talking. I was like, wait a second.
That's wild.
I think everybody has some sort of dong or dongala in their community because maybe our dongala was also involved in that. Who knows?
It's the person's getting around. I don't remember whose stream it showed up there too. And we started saying the denomination of dong is like if Scientology can be a religion, why can't I raise awareness for the dong? And I was like, well, all right, that's fair.
That's a fair argument.
The dongler in the GGR right now is currently going bananas in the Twitch chat because he didn't know there was more. So
yeah, the dong awareness has like 500 accounts. That was a big joke. It's a lot.
That's wild. So you said you were playing Tarkov mainly right now.
Well, yeah, I switch it. I go from playing something nonstop for a month to switching off because right now I think Warzone's going to end up taking a lot of my time. As much as I love Tarkov, the Warzone's a pretty good BR, and I'm a big fan of that. And then we got Doom Eternal coming out. I don't know, was it 5 days? Something like that?
I saw you playing, was it Doom 2016 earlier in the week?
Yeah, I used to play it. I played a lot more, but I've beaten it on Ultra Nightmare twice, which is like a permadeath, you get hit twice style gameplay. And I like it. It's just
fast in that.
Oh, it's tough. It took me a little while, but there's people who speedrun it and do all sorts of other stuff. It's fun, spicy gameplay that I'm oddly good at some games, and it's one of those I can just run around, be an idiot, and then talk to chat at the same time.
Well, when I came by, you had a pretty good amount of people in there, and I want to roll this into kind of our first general discussion of the night, and that's the road to partner. So you're kind of in the middle, advanced stages of the partner push, I would say. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would say yes and no on that because we actually talked about it very briefly before this podcast. But I know Sunfire TV was on the other week, and you guys talked about her numbers and how they've dropped a little since the partner push. And I think the partner push is great because becoming partner means you get that. People are like, it's just partner, it's not a big deal. It really is. You go talk to companies, things like that. They see that check mark next to your name. They want to give you stuff. They want to toss support your way. They want you to come, chat with them about things. On top of that, you get better stream quality. You get the extra emote, which to me doesn't make sense. You get the extra emotes. You get the extra sub badges. There's all these little perks that upgrade your stream. And if people stop by the channel right now and they saw a check mark up there, I guarantee that they would be much more willing to stay and talk to you than without the check mark.
Gotcha.
So with the Sunfire and the partner push, that's tough because typically, and most people I've seen, they'll get pushed into partner. They'll be right on that brink. They'll get those numbers. They get the partner status, and then it'll trickle off. They'll drop down to the 40s and 50s in views. And if you're not serious, you're not growing, you become stagnant, then it'll trickle down a little further and slow down, especially with how the entire community morale is right now, in my opinion.
Gotcha. Well, so the Good Game Report, it's a lot of, small time streamers, right? So we have a lot of
affiliate pushers.
Yeah, like people that are just hitting the affiliate stuff, and in my situation, I'm trying to break that double digit average viewer right now, and it's kind of that next step after you get affiliate. But once you get affiliate, it's just like, okay, boom, I'm on the road to partner, and then you look at it and you're like, average 75 viewers, like I just hit three.
And the more you look at it, the worse it gets for you. Because I've gone into this pretty deep. Because I actually got to talk to a lady at TwitchCon 2019. I busted in that door out because I applied 3 times last year, and my average numbers were 120 to 100 for 4 months straight. And we did not get partnered. And I was curious, and I was like, what's going on? And I went and talked to her, and her alleged reason was if you hit below 75 average on any stream during your application, you're immediately denied.
Wow.
If your numbers are like 80 average viewers and you get 10% of those from hosts or raids, that will actually knock off 8 viewers because it knocks off 10% technically. So you'll be at 72. Now here's where I have a hard time. Hold on. Let me show you guys Tito real fast.
Oh yes.
Please.
Yes.
Yes.
Say hi, Tito.
What's up, Teets?
Yo.
So, oh goodness, you're comedian. So the hard part about that for me is, what's up, Wacky? I've seen people that, and this was a big weird to me frustrating. I've seen people that have I know they view, but it was kind of obvious they view bot because their numbers went from like 100 to 5 the next day, and they ended up getting partner. I've seen people get partnered with 10 average views. And talking to her, she's like, well, you can't get partnered without getting the 75. And I straight up called her out. I was like, well, why are these people getting it? She's like, who? And I just pulled up a few people. I'm not going to name them here. And she's like, well, they're below the average, but maybe they're part of I guess if you're part of an esports team, frankly, if you have the right connection, or if you're a worker at Twitch, you're basically immediately partnered. Which she said it's a different kind of partnership, but if it's got all the same perks, I'm like, I don't see the difference. And then I've seen people that blatantly hit 120, 150 views very consistently, apply all the time, and they still deny them. And I've seen people barely hit the 75 mark. And this has been like, because you go check everybody. That's what I love. You can go check everybody's stats, and they'll be leading up like 50, 60, 75. And they just get up in that 75 average. They apply and they get partnered the next day. So to me, it's extremely non-transparent. It's an exclusive club. And it's one of those things you really need people. You're going to have to kind of be pushed into it. You're going to need to know the right person to get you partnered.
Damn.
Yeah. And that's why, I don't try to put too much emphasis on it. Like I want to, because I want to bring the best quality stream. I'd love those extra emote slots. I would like that, basically do more giveaways for the community, but at the same time, like it's one of the things. If it happens, I got the point. If it happens, it happens. If not, it doesn't. Because I think the whole community kind of took a pretty big hit last year when so many people believed in this channel. The message we were going for, getting that partnership, they were there all the time, and then they saw us continuously get denied, and it not only slowed down the channel, but it really demotivated a couple of them. Just stopped streaming because they were like, well, what's the point? If this guy can't get it and he's got this many views, why can I? And they just stopped.
That's tough to hear.
Yeah, it was frustrating, and it's just one of those things you work through, but on the same time, like you can only do what you can do, so you just got to push through it. And and it just it sucks watching people lose that inspiration, I guess, because that's a big thing I always want to bring to everybody if I can.
That's tough, man, and I'm sorry to hear that, because that just sounds like an absolute emotional roller coaster, kind of like the hype, the grind to hit those 120s and those 150s, and you're like, yep, we did it, baby, let's go, let's keep going.
Yeah, more than anything, like I said, it made me feel bad because these are people that donated money for the channel. We were at like 600 subs consistently for those 4 months.
Wow.
So if some people were like, well, maybe you just didn't have enough subscribers. I was like, well, hold up. I was like, we definitely had plenty there, and that's not going to help either. And it was just a whole weird thing. But I just, I felt bad because to me, as a person, I'm always trying to be positive, smiling, but it really felt like I let so many people down at once because there were people invested money, time, effort, and time's the most valuable commodity, and we weren't able to get where they believed the community should have gone. And of course, that's when Mixer was kind of blowing up, and YouTube and Facebook, so a lot of them diverted there. and then it came into this whole debacle of other stuff.
I'm sorry to hear that, and I can't speak from someone with those numbers, but I'll just say, don't take it on yourself there, man. Like you're doing your job, you're keeping it positive for those people, and who knows, the 4 months that those people were in there dedicated could have been the happiest part of their day, and that's because of you. So, take it as an accomplishment, and then just obviously just you're gonna keep grinding, so keep it up and change one person's day at a time. I always say to myself, like, if I can make one person smile who might be having a crappy day or something like that, then I did my part as a streamer. I helped a little bit, in this crazy world, just a little bit. So.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what the big thing is when people are talking about the grind. It is really like, it's when you have those lows, being able to just continue to push through it. And they might stick around for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, but then you'll have a really good day. And honestly, that good day and just knowing you make somebody's day a little better kind of makes up for everything. If somebody ever stops and they're like, hey man, I was having a bad day, but you cheered me up, I'm cool. I've succeeded today. I'm good.
It's huge. Those are like my favorite messages. It's just like, oh, thanks for this. I really needed like a good laugh, and it's just like, all right, I'm happy now. I'm happy.
Oh yeah, that's what cracked me up about the $5 a month lady recently. That's become a big joke because
unbelievable.
Man, it's just hilarious. I understand what you're coming from, but man, take it easy.
We had fun talking about her on one podcast. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
If you had some advice for the people in our situation, in the GGR situation, who just cracked the affiliate and then want to kind of take that next step, just maybe 1 or 2 things that they can really focus on to get from the average of 3 viewers to 15, 25, and maybe eventually 50, because that's where we are, and that's where mainly our community is as well.
I know, and to me, I can't emphasize it enough. I know a lot of people are very anti-networking. It's a lot of work and it won't get you anywhere. And the big thing to me is you got to remember, you can put in all the effort in the world and you can go and stop and stream stuff. It doesn't mean nobody is ever forced to stop into your channel.
True.
This might give you a better chance of it happening, but more than anything, part of the networking to me is learning. And I think a lot of people skip over that and they just put out the same constant same content day in, day out. They do the same thing over and over and it's not working. And they're like, well, maybe tomorrow, and it might work tomorrow, but unless you find something like you got a wheel of giveaways, you notice there's lights in this room you like, and you might want to add them to your stream. You notice the lighting in this channel is better than your lighting. Why does this audio sound so much better? And you just kind of got to go out and learn. And you don't know these things until you see somebody else doing it. Typically, you don't know what you don't know until you actually see it happening. And that's the big thing: is learn those things. Join Discords, make the Instagram, because a lot of people will be like, well, and I don't do Discord, stuff like that. Just join a few communities, find something, again, you have similar mindsets with. It's hard for me because I've seen a lot of people be like, well, I see you're doing giveaways and they're working for you. I want to do giveaways too. And I'm like, all right, well, they might help out, they might not. And I was like, if you got the extra money, and then they came back to me a month later and they're like, man, I spent all my money on giveaways and it didn't help. And I'm like, spend money on other stuff then, man. I was like, upgrade your setup. You don't have to. It's not guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed in this business.
I was so scared of Discord at first, and Mendy kind of helped me along. And Discord is terrifying. Like, you hear Discord and you're just like, oh, I don't know. It sounds pretty scary. Like, all the big people talk about Discord.
Yeah.
It's this
I
thing,
made a Discord account a long time ago, but I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know where to go. And then when I first joined up with Good Game Report, they kind of showed me the way. And now I'm like, you're kind of crazy not to use Discord. You're crazy to not be in other people's Discord. So
yeah, and it's good. It's getting out of that comfort zone for you.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't know anything about Discord when I started. And then I talked to Red Hammer Gaming and we basically co-founded. He knew way more, so he set it up, but I just started learning I still don't know a lot of stuff.
Same.
But it's not best way to learn is just dive in there and start talking to people.
I actually ended up making my own Discord account just so I can figure out the back end of it, and so I can do my own thing on it, just because there's so much that you can do to it. It's not just a video call or audio call. Where else can you put a community in and reach out to them all in one spot and notify them for something? There's really not a whole lot of platforms that can do that sort of thing.
And that's what's crazy is there's the different channels. You can actually like, there's all the bots you can subscribe to. You basically subscribe to get pinged on things on top of it. If you want to like I'm a streamer, just, hit this check mark. And then if anybody at Twitch or at streamer, it tags all of them. And there's just so much that goes into it.
Yeah.
It's pretty
I'm very happy.
Yeah, at first it's scary, but definitely should dive into it.
It's a lot. That's what I like with that stuff. I'm like, guys, go make the Instagram, go make a Twitter. You don't have to do it all in one day.
Yeah.
Just make one post, go check out some other posts. That's it. Don't go overkill. Just learn. If you learn something that day, it's better than doing nothing.
So true.
I think that's a great approach. Like, and what I've tried to do over the past 6 months or so is up my social media aspects, interacting with other people's posts, going into, Twitch channels, finding someone on there, just saying what's up, and sitting down and talking with them, upgrading something in my room, whether it's a microphone, a new camera, something, just new that will just increase one little aspect of my stream. And that could make a huge difference. This microphone was a huge difference. I had terrible audio. And it was something as so simple as just, actually spending $100 on a microphone that could, change things up for the better. So I definitely agree with you what you said there about just small increases in steps to improve something in your setup. So I agree with that big time.
Microphone. You guys are worried about something. You're going affiliate. You get affiliate. You just get a microphone. Like out of everything, don't worry about the camera as much. Don't worry. Get a good mic, because if somebody's listening to you and you have bad audio, that's an immediate turn off. Unless you're a pro esports player, they're probably not coming in for the gameplay, especially if you're playing Call of Duty, Fortnite. 8 billion other people are playing it. People are there for small streamers. They are there for you, specifically you.
Very, very good point. And dude, I went through like 6 headsets for real, and like every audio clip, like I would get a clip, and then I would be like, "Oh, that was a sick clip! I can't wait to post it." And I would listen to the audio, and I'd be like, "Oh, my ears! Like, is this how I sound?"
And you don't know until it's too late. It's hilarious, man.
And then I was like, I'm done. I'm getting a mic, and I've loved this microphone ever since. So
loved it so much you slept on it.
Learn the different kinds of mics too. Take the 3 seconds to learn about them. It's way simpler than it looks. Like me, I don't have a dynamic. I got a static mic. That's why it's all the way over there. But if you have a dynamic mic, you got to be like right here talking to it. You sound crispy.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. So if you got a loud area, your players are allowed to get a dynamic. If you want to be able to like this, where it can be free and stuff like that, move around, get something like this. And it makes a difference if I talk like right here compared to if I'm all the way over here, but you can still hear me.
So, you are still pretty clear when you look to your, my right. Is it your left?
But I think the camera is also image.
It's all backwards on this thing. So.
That's way more in depth. That's like compressors, gain, filters, things. That's a lot of work. That's okay. I didn't know anything about anything. And if I can, pretty much anybody can. So that's part of the YouTube is I'm going to try to make basically tutorials for simps like me, because I don't know. I'm very not tech savvy.
Streaming definitely forces you to learn new things as far as audio, video, overlays, anything. Like if you want to improve your stream, it's going to force you to learn new things.
Oh yeah, and just play around with whatever you got. If it's a mic and you don't know how to use a compressor, press the button, get on your microphone, record the video, just write down the numbers, and trust me, you'll notice differences immediately.
I actually can't believe I was able to run a stream being when you say you're not tech savvy.
Can I tell them about your little drivers incident?
Yes, go ahead. Please enlighten everybody.
So Stav, he didn't realize he had more memory. He couldn't download another game, but he had like 2 drivers, and he was like, I can't download this game. I have no more room. I can only have Fortnite and I think Borderlands. And so we looked at his settings, and there's like a whole other like empty space there. And I'm like, dude, you could move the files over.
I had like 120, like something crazy.
I think he had like half a terabyte of space still open, but he just didn't know.
Solid state or hard drive?
I think he had it mostly on the hard drive, and then he had like extra space.
You gotta get the solid state, man. I didn't know about that. Made a big difference. I got entirely embarrassed with my microphone because I had it like tilted to my face like this. And somebody's like came, I've been streaming for like 8-9 months. Yeah, tilted to the face like this. And he's like, hey man, what kind of mic is that? I was like, I don't know. I have no idea. And he's like, is it a static mic? I was like, I think so. And he went and looked it up. And turns out you have to talk like directly into the mic.
Oh.
Sounds 100% different compared to like if you talk around it, it just sounds way. And I was like, oh, let me just switch it. And I was like, wow, I don't sound like an idiot anymore. And it took like 3 seconds. Wouldn't have figured it out if that guy hadn't stopped in and talked. It was nice of him to actually help out because a lot of people just like let you die. They're like, boy, you sound like trash. And they just leave. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But it's just like simple things like that. That's just like, you know, you're glad you hear it. You feel embarrassed, but you're just like, all right, shoot. Now I know. Now we know.
Like, why are you guys stopping by and watching this? I'm trash.
I say that to every single person that comes in my stuff. No, but I mean, for the advice that you're giving for the affiliate people out there, I think you're spot on. So thank you for that. I'm looking forward to your YouTube videos on the tutorials because who knows, that could be just a simple adjustment on my end that could help out big time. So
yeah, and what's funny for me, I don't know editing yet, and I barely know YouTube. So you can tell the difference in the videos where it's very quick with one unboxing. I unboxed and you could hear the wrapper and stuff. I learned to shut up when I do that, turn the audio off and just fast forward through it. So you don't have to hear like all the crunching. And I was like, well, that was a learning experience 3 seconds into this. And of course, I don't know until I make the video and then it's too late to edit out. And I was like, well, whatever.
Yep, it's in there. It's in there.
Yep.
You mentioned Call of Duty earlier. And as we go into the gaming news section right now, Call of Duty took over this week when it comes to Twitter, people playing it, streamers playing it. I mean, I honestly think everybody played Warzone this week.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It broke Apex record, right, Mendy, for most people playing in 24 hours?
I believe so, yeah.
6 million, I think you said over to me.
Yeah, 6 million.
Which is wild. 6 million people downloaded that game and played it in the first 24 hours.
Yeah. And you had to download that fat like memory for it. I think it was like 80 gigabytes, maybe 100 if you didn't have the game already.
It was 100, and I got the download for me wasn't the hard part. It was setting up Blizzard, Battle.net, setting up an Activision account. And I was like, dude, what is going on here? This is ridiculous. So let's get into Call of Duty real quick. I'm going to start off my take on it. And I'm sure everybody who played it, this is the first thing you got when you got into Call of Duty. Like, dude, it's the loudest freaking intro I have ever heard in my entire life. Like, why do new games do this? Like,
I was really glad I start off my streams like, hey man, how's the audio sound? Because I was like, if it's loud for me right now, like let's crank that down to like a negative 50 decibel.
But you can't adjust the intro volume.
You just got to deal with it.
Like the intro to like the game, you can't touch. You can bring down the master and everything. Like once you're finally there, but dude, that first 15 seconds, I was.
Oh yeah, man, just take yours off. I just learned how to do it on slobs. As long as it's not blowing out anybody, I don't mind if it blows out mine.
It blew out my ears, man. That was tough.
Oh
so
yeah, it's loud. After
I got past that part, and after everybody made it past that part, let's see what you guys think of the game. Mendy, what have you been liking? Well, not liking, but how do you feel about the game so far?
I feel like at first it was a bit overwhelming just because the map is ginormous. And there's a bunch of things you can do. It's not just go around killing people. There's contracts and other loots that you can get into. And then I think just at first it was just so overwhelming. You got to figure everything out. And there's 150 people that drop, which is kind of insane.
So many people.
Yeah. And so I think it's just a learning curve in the beginning. And then once you kind of figure out the game style, you slowly start figuring out like a good way to strategize to get towards like the final circle. And then once you get that, once you kind of, work out all those kinks, I think it's a great game. I think it's awesome. I'm enjoying it so much so far.
Reaper, Mendy cheated. He played the game when it first came out a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So he would get really mad at me because I was really bad at it and really just terrible.
Learn your place trash.
But like it's just so different. So I come from Fortnite. I recently been getting into Apex. So like those battle royales is what I'm used to. And then I haven't played a Call of Duty game in forever. And this is similar to you. You said this before we went live, that you haven't played Call of Duty before. So I'm interested if you had a similar start like I did where, okay, I need to learn how to run in this game. I need to learn how to get behind stuff. Like, is it more about positioning than shooting? Did you have that similar kind of first day when you played?
Well, I'm pretty. Luckily, I can figure out most shooters and things like that pretty fast. I'm just usually good at getting the game down, and because that to me is half the fun is learning, just diving in, not knowing anything, and learning how to play the game. And I mean, it's really it was kind of an experience, but it wasn't too bad for me because basis of the game, if you want to hide in the circle, you can get to the top 10 easy. If you want to go shoot people, you go shoot them. It's the usual battle royale style. The thing I really liked is you don't build a castle. I was never a fan of that with Fortnite. That's the reason I couldn't get into that game. I'm not over here trying to build I just wasn't into it. It was a thing for me. If you like that, that's okay. That's your own thing. But I'm having more fun time with a little more realistic, a little more firefights. That's why I didn't really enjoy Apex as much, because I didn't like unloading a clip into somebody and they're just like shielding up. And I was like, wait, what? What is this? And I was like, unload another clip and they just run it off again. So this one to me was a pretty good amount of realism. The only thing I'm not a fan of right now is it takes about half a second to revive a teammate. So if they've got a decent position, you knock one of them, it takes like 2 seconds to revive the guy.
True.
And I'm like, well, all right, that's fun. And then if somebody, from what I saw, if somebody shoots them while they're knocked, you actually don't get a kill. And this is where PUBG had an issue for a while, because if you knock somebody down, somebody else shoots them while they're down, they get the kill. To me, that doesn't make any sense. Like,
I don't even think I noticed that.
Yeah, Mendy, that's why I have so many kills, bro, because I just finished yours and Scoot's kills.
Just gank them. But it should be like the person that kills the knocked person, give them 50 points. Give them like a
an
quarter
assist
of what
or something.
Yeah, and then give them the kill because they did the brunt of the work.
Yeah,
there's little stuff like that. And this took me like 4 games to figure this stuff. It's not bad. And like any battle royale, like I said, that's why I like BR. It's all about positioning, about strategy. You can be the best gunfighter and still take an L because you don't pay attention to your surroundings, you don't pay attention to the positioning, and you're just going and running and gunning. And while that's fun, I like winning. So I'll be that sneaky snake in the background that will slither in there and shoot you when you don't expect it. Like, one of the best things you do, just lay in the middle of a map in the open. Everybody will overlook you. It's hilarious.
So this is where we differ. I actually hate winning. I'm more about getting destroyed and then laughing it off after the fact that I got destroyed. But the one good thing about getting destroyed in this game, and I think I speak for all 6 million people that played that first 24 hours, the gulag is so freaking cool.
I'm like 1 out of 10 on that, man.
Oh, I think I have a 1% success rate in it, but boy, I get so jacked up when I'm getting dragged. Right? Like,
it makes dying like a little bit less annoying.
I get pumped when I first die. I'm like, let's go. Suit up, armor up.
It's exciting. And that's why I don't like looking into games, because I wouldn't have had that initial experience of like, whoa. Like, I heard about it, but I was like, what is this? And you're just like getting dragged there. And
yeah, you got like captured, so they got to bring you into that castle.
Yeah. And I took a fat L because I didn't know we got throwables and stuff.
Same, dude.
It was like a flashbang, and I was like, what? Okay, all right, this is fine. I just had a pistol. And they're like, oh, you get that. I was like, oh.
Someone threw a Molotov cocktail at me. I was just like, you got to be kidding me. What is going on here? Where'd you get that? That's my favorite part of the game so far. And I said last week on the podcast, I said, this game is in order to stick out, it's going to need one thing in it that's different than other battle royales.
Yeah.
And this gulag was that one thing I was hoping for that it would have. It's different. It's cool. Everybody likes it. It's fair. It gives you a fair shot to get back into the game. And I think that's what I love most about the gulag.
I think it's got, to me, 2 things that kind of stand out. The 150 people in the map at a time is a huge difference. And the map size to where you can have 150 people in there and you can still adequately hide in a circle in a building.
Yeah,
makes a big difference. Like that many people is 50 more people is a lot for a BR.
Yeah,
it's a lot. And people, like, They come back from the gulag up until late, right? People you can get bought back.
You can buy them back, yeah.
So, that 150, it's almost kind of like it's almost like 400, 500 people maybe, because they're coming back in, they're getting res, they're getting rebought back into the game. So these games are not fast paced. This isn't your granddad's battle royale. This is a big boy.
That's what I like. I moved away from Call of Duty myself because it was a game where it was like go and shoot everybody, next 30 seconds turn another game, and I was like, all right, well that's fun to an extent. Now it's like you got to put a lot of tactics into it. You got like you said, the gulag, and it's amazing. You got all that got that extra sauce in there that really just adds into it.
As someone who plays Tarkov, do you think this has a somewhat Tarkov kind of feel to it, with you kind of have to overthink a little bit, you have to have a plan, whereas Fortnite, Apex, you can build yourself out of a situation. Apex, you can use your abilities to get out of a situation, where Call of Duty, and where I'm trying to turn it into the Tarkov thing, Tarkov, you need to have a mindset. I feel like Call of Duty, you need to have somewhat of a mindset in order to be successful. We don't know how to be successful yet, but I feel like that's where the next step for us is playing.
Yeah, I would definitely put it as an in between, because to me, like, PUBG is the most Tarkov thing out there, because even with this game, like PUBG, you get shot in the head once from left field and you're dead. Like, that's it. There's not a coming back. This one you get rezzed real fast. You got the extra rezzes, so there's a lot more room to get back into the game with it. But overall, it's like I said, it's largely strategy, because like if I'm shooting at people and I know they're in a building, I will actually try to draw another team into the fight. Because if I hear somebody shooting in the background and you're popping off shots for a minute, you got to know there's other teams running into the gunfire immediately. So it definitely puts another extra strategy into it, in my opinion. That's what I like. And like I said, it's not like Apex where you got the skills to get out of there and you can't just like warp out if you're Wraith or is that probably, I don't know, one of them. You can't do stuff like that. It's really like you have to talk to the team and things, or have a good understanding, which of course their voice chat's messed up too. So
wait, you're telling me that communication is key in this game? Reaper,
Whoa.
Can you please tell my co-host how key communication is in this type of game?
I don't know what he's talking about.
It's important. It's like I used to. So actually, when I played PUBG on Xbox, I was ranked. I think the highest I got was like 400 in duos. Wow. And I was like, I was top 1% for a long, like 0.1% for a long time in duos and squads. And I ended up getting my buddies, and when we first played together, basically they were trash. But I was ready for it, so I'd use them as decoy. And I was
just body
ready for
bags.
them to die.
That's what Mendy does to me. He's just like, shoot him.
Yeah, I make Stav run in the building first, and then I look at the corners.
Well, what's cool about that is now you know what your friends are going to do. So after playing a while, you just learn. So you're like, oh, this is the kind of play style he'll play with. And if you're good at carrying and supporting your team, you can be ready for it and be like, well, they're just going to go yeet into there. So I might as well be like, you're already flanking around because you know they're just going to shoot at them head on. And you're ready for it. That's what's important. And like that communication.
I think that hit too close to home for Stav right there.
I'm a big full sender.
Dude, I'm bad about it. I didn't think I was, and I learned I am. Especially, I'm just having a fun day. I'm like, I'm gonna go shoot it, and I die because I'm trash with the mouse and keyboard.
Same.
Like I can use the controller real well, so I need to try that next time. I'm curious to see how I play. I can always hit the initial shot, but the recoil, I look like a potato. I'm just shooting everywhere after that.
I'm curious to where you're gonna go with this.
Yeah, just comms, baby. It's all about comms.
Deuces in here must be so proud of us right now. He's big on comms as well.
It's like my buddy. I got knocked in a building, and I literally watched them run to the building next to me. I didn't say I'll just let it go. I was gonna die, but I watched them run all the way upstairs. They're like, "Where are you?" I was like, "Dude, it's on the map." I'm like, "You can see the triangle. What happened?" So, anyways, they ended up killing the guy that killed it. I was like, "Whatever," but little stuff like that, simple comps.
It's on the map. It's on the map. And
just throw a ping.
Actually ping things. It's amazing.
Yeah, just like
pinging is so
direction.
clutch. Oh my god.
Yeah, you should try it sometime, Mendy. It would help.
Oh, please. So, I don't know if you play Apex at all, but Stav really is like full set everything. I switched my character to Octane just because he can get in and out of any situations. Just so I'm Octane, just so I can catch up to Stav because he's just full setting to any squad that he sees. I'm just like, oh, here we go.
That's smart though, you know.
Yeah, and it actually works out pretty well.
In.
I feel like it works out a lot better now because before I was always like the sniper kind of hanging back and Stav would just full send it in. But I can only do so much by picking people off from the side. But when we both go in together, I feel like it's working out better. What do you think, Stav?
3 people is better than 2.5
Just
with
you.
someone
Just you.
No, I love full sending. I do. I
can't blame you.
My mindset in video games is to kill everybody out there, and I may be bad at doing that, but that's what I want to do. I want to go in and kill people or go to the gulag trying. So
Gulag.
So what's interesting to me about this game, it's so new, and I don't think people have that exact formula yet. Everybody's still learning what weapons are we going to use. I think everybody found out use thermals because they're freaking unbelievable.
Yeah.
But, with it being so new, Mendy, let's get your insight first here. Do you think this has that sort of stay factor? I don't think anything's going to catch Fortnite currently. I don't think anybody's going to get that level. Apex, you could tell right away, like, this has some stay factor to it. Does this kind of feel similar to Apex with, okay, it's gonna be around for a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. And just like BR in general, it's not going anywhere. There'll be different variations of it, different kind of, its own unique trait to it. But overall, I think Call of Duty is going to be here to stay because the major pull is it's free. You can't. How can you argue against that? You need like a free game to tell your buddies to go download it and buy it. So it's here to stay.
Okay, Reaper, what do you think?
I think that was like the biggest power move Call of Duty could have done because, in my opinion, they knew they've been putting out some trash for a while. They started literally just going back and relying on, well, here's the remake of this game. So they knew they'd messed up. So they're like, well, here's this free game. And to me, any battle royale, any game can die or it can succeed. It's if the creators of it are willing to continuously upgrade the game and actually listen to the community. PUBG, in my opinion, should have been the biggest BR, but it took forever to get out of beta. They started microcharging people. They just didn't like, all people wanted was better servers. And that's one of the things that'll kill a game quick. If you get in a laggy server, bad server destroys it. But like Fortnite, I think why Fortnite succeeds is because they're constantly changing. They did an amazing job changing the map while not actually changing the map. Like they would change the portions of it. They'd get hyped for an event, things like that.
Yeah.
And the fact that it did cater to kids entirely. Like it's colorful, it's loud, there's noises going on left and right and center. It's always drawing your attention somewhere, things like that. I mean, it's important. Like they hit a demographic that most BRs can't. You can't watch, like you're not going to let your kid play PUBG where he's getting the back of his brains blown out of nowhere. You don't expect that.
Very true.
Then you get to Fortnite, we're just like, oh, look at that. There's all this music, dancing. They're in a blimp talking. This is fun. And it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, Mendy doesn't like fun.
Ooh,
no, they always trash me because I like Fortnite. I think Fortnite's one of the best games ever. Like the numbers prove me right.
But
that it's one of the best
it
games ever.
appeals.
I would say
to
on
kids.
the numbers, it does. It appeals to kids, but also if you have large streamers support the game, immediately it will do leaps and bounds better. I mean, when Dr. Disrespect hopped on like Tarkov and a few others, like it did well, but when that happened, there was such a jump in numbers. It like tanked the servers.
Big time.
There were so many people trying to check it out now just because Dr. Disrespect tried it out. And while it's not going to make the game, it's up to the company to work on it post that. That initial drawn, if they like it and they stream it for a couple weeks and now they've got 20,000 people watching it every single day, at least, is absolutely destroying it.
I bought Tarkov just because I was watching people play it and I was like, I gotta try this. I was so bad at it.
The huge hype behind it definitely draws that attention into other people, and they're like, well, if so many people are playing it and watching it, I might as well try it. There must be something good going on behind it.
Gotta be a reason. That's what I'm saying about the check mark for partners and stuff, man. It matters.
I think that's gonna be the key. If people get paid, you have to play 12 hours. We'll give you X amount of cash to play the new game, whatever it is. These big streamers, if they continue playing it after that's up, let's come back in a month and see what the numbers are.
That's a good point. I can't imagine it staying the same as it is right now.
Yeah, because like it's gonna lose its appeal. Some people are still gonna be playing it. Obviously, I think. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be in that Apex range.
Yeah,
right.
that's fair.
Where it's kind of there. It's a good game. It has a good community in it. Just keep doing new stuff, new seasons, new updates. Like you said, Reap. Just keep the community involved. Keep it changing. Keep it fun and keep it interesting. Don't let it just sit there and don't do any changes to it.
Yeah, and I think Tarkov's one of the most unique games I've ever played because, in my opinion, the people that are regulars there have been there. They're always going to be there. They're around it. They love it. But like the thing I've loved about it is actually just teaching people the game because there's so much that goes into it. I wouldn't have known half the stuff I knew if somebody didn't walk in and tell me. And they're still adding like the weight system. They're changing it all the time, things like that. There's like so many things that go into that game. It actually adds a level of gameplay that people aren't used to, like the teaching and stuff.
I should have hired you before I decided to do a couple raids because I got so smoked.
That's fun part, is going in there initially without knowing and getting smoked, because then everybody gets to watch you get smoked and it will be like, all right, now we'll help.
I was so scared playing that game. But I do get a sense of Tarkov in Warzone a little bit. It's tactical. It's kind of terrifying when you're going in, a giant tower. It's a little scary going up those stairs, not knowing if someone's up there. So I'm interested. I'm interested to see where it goes. Like I said, let's check back in a month maybe and see what the numbers look like. But I think everybody's a thumbs up on it so far. I haven't seen too many negative things about it. Us three seem to like it. Seems like we're having fun. So I'm gonna keep it in my rotation for sure. And I think you guys are as well. The next thing that we have in the gaming news is a pretty big time streamer had a very interesting tweet earlier this week. Now, we're talking about Courage JD. You guys know him as kind of that fun streamer, very, very good player, but more of a content creator who made the switch from Twitch over to YouTube in November. So we're talking 4 months here. He sent out a tweet that said, it said something about, I was really down this past week or the last week because of the numbers that I was seeing, and it was good to have a rebounding week. So to me, it was interesting seeing that tweet from someone who left Twitch to go to a YouTube thing, and then, kind of have a realizing that, man, the number, I took a big hit on the numbers. So to me, I see it as, is this his first second guessing of leaving the Twitch platform? Reaper, as someone who's been on Twitch the longest here, do you kind of see this tweet, like he said, realizing that his numbers are down, as maybe I might have made a mistake leaving this platform?
I would think so. Like, personally, I've seen a lot of people, and I said it since TwitchCon, because they switched the algorithm. To me, it's a lot of the grass is always greener on the other side. Of course, when you're that level, man, if they're willing to pay me how much money, yeah, I'll go over. But you got to think, if you're that high tier, you got to think long-term longevity of it. And like, you will probably make more staying on Twitch in the long ball than going straight over to YouTube, because like your initial, everybody's going to go check out on YouTube. If I'm like, hey, I'm going over here, people are definitely willing to go follow that and go check you out immediately. Problem is, if they don't really enjoy it as much, they don't like it, they're probably not willing to stick around. And if it doesn't have the things that Twitch might be able to offer, like the emotes, the sub badges, the easy overlays, a little bit of a cleaner setup, then you're not going to retain those numbers. And that's like Mixer, I saw kind of Mixer had a giant bump in viewers, but to me, those numbers, a lot of numbers are really skewed, because the bump in viewers is pretty much coming from new streamers switching over to the platform all at once. Ninja went, guaranteed every Fortnite streamer went over and checked it out for a little bit. And the thing is, it's not really increasing views as much as just increasing streamers who might bring in like 1 to 2 new views. And I've talked to a lot of people that went to make, some people still like it, but most just come back to Twitch because it's continuous. At least it's growing. A lot of people know about it. The just chatting streams are growing. There's a lot more across the board content. YouTube's known for more than anything, in my opinion. I'll go to YouTube for videos. I'm not really going there to watch somebody live ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mixer had some good interaction and has great ideas. I wish Twitch would just get on the ball for. Like, why is it partner specific co-streaming? Just let people co-stream.
Yeah, so true.
That's big.
Things that aren't complicated. And to me, again, Twitch is shooting themselves in the foot constantly because, and this is where I think they have a major issue. They demotivate the community more than anything else. Like when they added after TwitchCon, they added ads in, but then they really not like, I guarantee no other platforms like, well, your viewer has to have the volume on. They have to be talking this on. They have to be only watching you. No other, if it's a view, it's a view. And they did it because they added ads in there, which is going to give you like $3.90 for 1,000 views. And I'm like, this is literally not helping anybody. So like anybody smaller. So in my opinion, they were kind of trying to weed out streamers because a lot of streamers used to be viewers, and it's so easy to stream now that, you know, why not? They see other people doing it. It's so easy. You just go get a webcam, stuff like that. You can start streaming. But with stuff like that, it's still weird. To me, it's very weird the amount of to me demotivating Twitch has done for the community. And it's up to community to like bring each other up and take care of it. But man, I just wish they would just do some stuff to raise morale and actually listen to the community.
Courage is one of my favorite streamers just out there, content creators. I honestly love everything Courage does. Like I try to take a little bit of his approach in his streams and put it into mine with a combination of other people that I like, because it's fun. He's funny himself. His streams are funny and entertaining. But I haven't gone over to YouTube except for that first day that he was on YouTube. And I was just like, you know what? I don't like this setup. I don't like having YouTube open. It just something didn't sit like right with me. And
it's those small inconveniences that if you're seeing it, everybody else is seeing it. And while it might not make a big difference at first, it does add up for you.
And I feel bad because like I really, you know, like, I mean, he doesn't need just one person like mine, a little old Stav over here to, you know, for the views, because he's obviously doing very well and he's very good at what he does. I just liked having everything in one spot. You know, Twitch, if, you know, Tim goes off, I can switch over to Courage. And if Courage goes off, then I can go back to Lupo. Or if Lupo goes off, I can head over to Ninja. And now I can't go. I haven't watched Ninja since he left from Mixer. Like, Mendy, do you think that this is a sign from Courage that he's getting a little upset? Or do you think that it's fine that he's still not thinking about it?
No, I think it's bothering him a little bit. I think he realized, I think at first when he moved over to YouTube, he probably had like really great numbers. And then after a little while, everyone was like, all right, you did it, like, congratulations. And now he's starting to see like a little drop off from it. And he's like, damn, he probably's never seen that from Twitch. And he's probably saying to himself, you know, is this worth it? Should I just stay in one platform and that was that? Because he could still post stuff on YouTube. You could still be on YouTube. Yeah, you don't have to just strictly keep yourself into one platform. I mean, I feel like for him, because we talked about this before, it was a good move because he is such a content creator. So I can understand why he did make the move over to YouTube. But he still could have posted videos on YouTube, still could have kept his streaming community on Twitch. I think now he's kind of saying to himself, I don't know if this is worth it.
I when I heard he was going to YouTube, I was like, this is perfect for him. He's with 100 Thieves now. They're going to be pumping out freaking content. But you just made a good point right there. Like, you can still make those videos and post them on YouTube. Mm-hmm. He crushed YouTube while being on Twitch. He had 2 million subscribers or something like that. Like, he was already heavily invested in YouTube. And I thought it was going to, be a good marriage. You know, you're already crushing it. You might as well just stream on it too. But now, hey, 4 months and you kind of already getting a little, and I'm not dissing on Courage at all. I honestly love him. Very entertaining streamer out there. It's just, it's weird to see that kind of tweet earlier this week about numbers when, those big time streamers usually don't look at the numbers as much as, I do or something like that. Did I break 10 viewers today? It's just interesting. So, more interesting. Let's see if any of the bigger streamers higher than courage start doing these kind of things. That will be interesting to see.
I'm also curious to see if they'll move back over to Twitch, like whenever their contract ends, either from Mixer or from YouTube. I'm curious. I don't think Ninja will, unless if the money's real, if the money is right. But I think they're gonna move the back over Twitch.
I think everybody eventually will be back on Twitch.
I'd say so. I mean, to me, you literally just narrowed your reach. Like you said, he's already been succeeding on YouTube.
Yeah.
And now he's got all these people that would be on Twitch, would just happen to stop by his stream that are now hopping by YouTube. And while you said, I'm just one little Stav, what's the big deal? You got to think of it as that's a lot more people than just you that are inconvenienced. And it adds up day by day. You know, you might not like it as much every day, and it's going to slow down. And it just, the outreach there is just way different, you know?
I still love that day where he logged on to his Twitch thing. He went back home and he went live. So he went home to his parents' house, and
I think it was like around Christmas time.
That was still set up for Twitch. So when he went live, Twitch went live, and he was like, "Oh no!" I thought that was pretty good. I thought that was pretty good.
He's probably like, "I'm gonna get fired. I'm gonna lose all my money."
I think he was very nervous about it. No,
those contracts are serious. They're not.
Yeah, for sure.
They're not
I would imagine.
around.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Sure. I wish him the best, and I really should go over more. I don't get like the notifications when he goes live. Maybe that's why one thing that I should do that might bump it up. But it's curious. Doesn't Nadeshot streams on Twitch?
I believe he does. Yeah, but I don't think he was much of a streamer to begin with.
It's just weird that entire content house is now YouTube and Nadeshot's on there. But I honestly I hope him nothing but the best. He's really good. So Carge, I'll come back, baby. I'll come back.
No, man, he's got all the technology and resources in the world. He'll be sick. He'll find a way.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to have that mentality of like he still cares about the views. Like obviously he's still trying to give out better content instead of just being stagnant and just letting it go and being like, it's just a couple thousand. It's not a big deal.
That sort of thing kind of freaks me out though, because it's like at what point are you ever satisfied? You just always
should be never, man. I mean, realistically,
yeah.
Why be satisfied with any of this?
I don't know. I think I just want to be like, it's a weird thing. I feel like if you're never satisfied, then how can you be a happy person?
Oh man, because you're playing video games and you're having fun with people. Like you can not fully be satisfied and still enjoy your time and enjoy the learning process. But yeah, I mean, it is harder. There is that in between space. I would say that gray area that it's easy to get lost in the sauce in.
Like I'm always down for improving and whatever it is, as far if it's like video editing or if it's like this podcast or whatever. But I think what freaks me out a little bit is like, is there an end game? Is there some sort of satisfaction out of it, or am I always just going to be in this constant fear of what are the numbers going to look like?
I mean, you having fun right now?
Of course, I love doing this.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's why I always emphasize with anybody, especially starting off. I'm like, play games you enjoy.
Yeah,
I've seen people get burned out way faster, forcing themselves to play something they don't like because they feel the viewers are going to be a higher number, and it kills the motivation, kills the stream. I don't even game. Honestly, I don't game outside of streaming anymore because I don't want to burn myself out.
I like having a night off where I do some offline gaming. Like I was playing Fortnite earlier today. And just kind of relaxing, it's definitely a different approach when you're not talking to chat and worried about the chat thing, and then you're sitting there and you're just like, all right, dude, I'm gonna game because I forgot what it was like to game without streaming, and it's totally different. Like it's just we're just chilling. Like usually, Mendy and I after the podcast, we'll play games late at night, and we'll just literally just shoot the shit, and that's when we. It's kind of a little more relaxed. Sometimes it gets a little even crazier because on stream, like you're like, all right, Stav, reel it in a little bit, take a breath. But I mean, it's like you said. In the end, if you're having fun, keep it up and keep pushing.
Yeah, I'd suggest if you're new in affiliate, go back and try some single player games because I've never met people that are more. Especially being newer, more into helping you and actually wanting to chat with you. Somebody when you're playing like a niche game, I played Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and they dropped in and just wanted to chat with me about it. While it's not the usual game I play, it was interesting to see somebody who actually wanted to talk about that game. And it's too easy, like Fortnite, things like that. It's too easy to get lost. Everybody's doing the same content, like 24/7.
I did that with Fallout 4, and I had a couple people come in. They're like, "I really love this game," or "I was thinking about buying it, and I wanted to check it out first." So I came in, and you're just like, "Cool, welcome," and they would just stay and watch it and help you out. I do like playing those games every now and then.
It's a weird feeling when they're actually like, to me, there to talk about the game and actually engage in the conversation. Because it's hard to you can't force viewers to talk. You can never do that. It doesn't work.
It's crazy having supportive chat, right? Damn.
Yeah, I know. Deuces.
Deuce.
So we're gonna switch over to our second general discussion item right now. So Reaper, this is actually the Mendy moment. All right, Mendy does a drum solo basically right now, where he does a bunch of Good Game Report plugs, and you need to rate his plugging after he's done. This has become a huge part of the podcast. So Mendy, this is your time to shine, baby.
Let me just make sure the mustache is okay.
Take it
there you
over.
Go. Oh yeah.
1 out of 10 deuces already says.
Love it.
So
maybe I gave you 1.
Yeah, that's true. It could be like a -5 or something, which is something Deuces would give because he's a troll. I see you, Deuces. So if you guys are listening right now, you are with us live on Twitch at Good Game Report. After this, we then take the audio, post it on Anchor, which goes on to every single platform that you can think of, Spotify, Apple, whatever it is. Just type in Good Game Report and you can listen to this podcast. And then we also take this video and we post it on our YouTube channel at Good Game Report. All of our social media is at Good Game Report. We have Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, you name it. Type in Good Game Report. We're there. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube. Make sure you like our stuff. Comment on everything. We love the feedback. And also check out our Discord. That's where you can get pretty much most of our information. And we do a podcast every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Sometimes it changes, but we try to keep it the same. We also do a raid night on Wednesday night, also at 8 p.m. And pretty much what we do there is that we gather together on this channel, and then we try to help out somebody who's pushing for affiliate. And then on Friday night, we have a lot of things now. On Friday night, we also do a game night. It used to
be smaller, by the way.
The goal is to do everything almost every night. And right now, it's pretty much Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And then Friday night, which I haven't mentioned yet, is the game night. So Peter does a great job on that. We love you, Peter. And tune in. Type in Good Game Report. We're there.
All right, Reaper, what do you think?
I mean, I think you should give time zones. Because I hear 8 p.m. and I'm like, 8 p.m.
Oh, all EST, Eastern time.
CST, MST, WXYZ, you know what I'm saying?
I think one time, Stav coming out. One time I said like, what I said? I said like, like Western, Eastern or something like that. I said something really weird.
West.
Eastern specific time? Yeah.
I think plugging is kind of funny because you got to think you're talking to people that don't know anything about you. And like little stuff, you're like, oh yeah, you know, Eastern time, everybody knows that, but you might catch that one person's like, ooh, what the fuck? I showed up. Where's everybody at?
Because we have a lot of people from the UK too, and I just always assume everybody lives in the East Coast for whatever weird reason. And even people that's in our Discord, they're always like, oh, you guys do a podcast? Or like, oh, you guys do this like Wednesday night for a raid? And we're like, yeah, like you always have to like make sure you say everything and it's clear. So I'm sorry I didn't say it, but it's Eastern time for all those times.
Deuces gave you a 2 out of 10. He gave you a little bump. Great CJ gave you a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
But he also gave Peter a 10 out of 10. So
oof. Deuces.
I go solid 7. That's a lot. That's a mouthful to say at once. You got a lot of information to say there. It's gonna be really hard to get like a quality single plug every time for that. That's like, man, you're like, we'll be on YouTube Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday nights, and Discord maybe on a Tuesday if we're feeling it. I'm like, oh geez, all right.
Yeah, it's getting more and more intense. But
oh yeah, man.
That's one of my favorite segments on the podcast is because I put so much pressure on him by the build up for it, so it's quickly become my favorite thing.
It catches me off guard every time because he'll have it somewhere on there, but it will never be where it's supposed to be. He'll just kind of randomly be like, "All right, this is a special time now," and I'm like, "Oh, cool, he's gonna do something cool." You, Mendy, it's all on you right now. Let's go.
Hit him with the Uno reverse card next time, man. Just whip it out, and be like, "Good luck."
I should.
What if I had a reverse though after, and then I reverse it back?
Oh man, that's illegal. Can't do that.
Whoa. What should we do with that? How about we do this stuff? How about you do it right now, and then we'll rate you on it.
No, we just did it. It's all set. Maybe you can try it next week if you want. Maybe
He's like, we don't have
flip.
another half hour for this, man.
Well, yeah, that was way too long.
It's funny because it really only used to be like 2 things, and now it's like 12.
Yeah, it was just like Discord and like our YouTube channel. Now it's a lot of things.
Now it's like everything.
No, Mendy, you're doing great. Keep it up. You're doing great.
Thank you.
You're supposed to say thank you, Stav.
Thank you, Stav. I was just checking my mustache on cam.
So for the next discussion, I want to first start out just say, let everybody be safe. Okay. I don't want to go into too much about the actual stuff that's going on with Corona. It's taking over the world right now. We're learning more and more each day. Just be safe. Okay. That's all. I'm not an expert. Just make the wise decisions. Be helpful to just remember other people view things differently. So just be thoughtful of other people. With that being said, I want to keep this somewhat gaming related because it came out. It's shutting down, just about everything right now. And for the gaming world, it shut down E3 earlier this week. So that's the biggest thing that we've seen in the gaming community about this virus that's going around, and that's a big hit. Now, next thing you're thinking about is TwitchCon, which is later on the year, and people are thinking about, am I going to be traveling to that? So we'll have to stay tuned for that. But it's changing day by day. Everything is getting shut down. But I think if there's something, I don't know if good's the way to go about this, or is the word to use for this. This is a really big time for gaming, right? People are indoors. They're playing a lot of video games right now. And I think Twitch is just the safest source of media out there on the market right now. Because there's so much you can do on Twitch. You can watch people work out. You can watch people play music. You can watch them play video games. You can watch talk shows and podcasts on there. So I think Twitch is in a really good spotlight right now. And I'm just interested to see what happens over the next couple weeks. Do you guys agree with me, Reaper? Do you think this is like a good spot for gaming to really step up, or a time where everybody's kind of scared and not really know what's going on?
It's kind of dark, but I think it is a good time for Twitch or really any platform. You got people inside all day, and you don't have much to do, so maybe they happen to stop by Twitch. They might not see you, but if they like the platform, they might stick around and hang out. It might help you with views later. But on the Corona thing, I would like to say that it's just be smart about it. Like this, looking up some stats and stuff. I mean, this stuff everything's always more serious for elderly or like people who are young or like younger, because you got the developing immune system, you got the immune system that is not doing so well. But for me, I don't have a family, but I'm also not just like, I'm not running into every nursing home to get an elderly person sick. So if you feel like you're sick, just stay home, go to the hospital. It's a virus, so you can't really do anything for it. It's just going to run through the system. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't give you some bacteria. Anyways, it's just the thing, especially working fire department. I have to deal with this every day. And like, I'm going to work no matter what. A lot of people have actually been basically forced to stay home from work. But I think a lot of people are just like with stuff like this. I understand, just wash your hands and be smart, but don't go buy all the toilet paper. Still baffled on that. Act like it's not an apocalypse. We made it through this stuff. So
it's weird. And I'm one of those people that is, working from home now for the next 2 weeks. And, I'm going to have Twitch up because there's nothing to watch really on TV. I was a big sports guy. Sports is all shut down now. So like, I'm not just going to watch, Sports Center that has no coverage or anything on it. Right. Like, so what am I going to do? I'm going to fire up Twitch, maybe branch out and watch some new people that I haven't seen, venture out, maybe, make a new friend, see what's going on. But Twitch has a really good chance to not only, give people a platform to go to in a weird time, but they can also do something really cool. Like, Mendy, do you think there's like a chance that like Twitch could host like a internet server like tournament for a game or something like that, where proceeds go towards like hospitals or something like that. Something crazy, but something that Twitch can do and maybe turn this weird time into something good for gaming.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Why wouldn't they do something like that? I think it would be great for the community, and everybody's at home now, so why not tune into that as well?
I'm not gonna be able to stream, during the day, but I think it's just a cool time to kind of go out there and catch someone new, browse, go down a different, check out a different game that maybe you've wanted to buy over the past year or something like that, and be like, all right, let me watch this person play it and check it out. Kind of like Reaper, you were saying how if you play one of those, off games that you're going in, just go kick it with someone, hang out, give them someone to talk to and chat when they're playing a game. They might have like 1 or 2 viewers or something. Just go be that third and just kind of hang out, right?
Oh yeah,
this is a perfect time for that.
What I'm hoping is it draws more people to around like the community and the area. Personally, as much as I do love Twitch and I would like to see this happen, my expectations for Twitch are like basically -0 for things, because they're so goofy about stuff they actually push,
Yeah.
But I think that would be an awesome idea to see an actual charity where the proceeds go towards like canned food for people. A lot of people live day to day on the paycheck. I want to see them. That's what's funny to me about the toilet paper thing. You live day to day on the paycheck, have a hard time paying rent, things like that, and now you got all this sick work. You got all the you can't go and find it in the store. So if Twitch was able to do like an overall charity for this stuff, I'm like, dude, that'd be great. And I think stuff like that is one of the best things about Twitch.
I saw earlier today, there's an article on ESPN with the NBA getting shut down. First of all, big shout out to the NBA and the NHL for assisting the people that work at the arenas. Teams and players are going in and helping those people out because they don't have jobs right now. So gaming aside, big shout out to those two sports for doing that. But NBA players and a lot of soccer players, professional soccer players over across the pond, are falling back to Twitch right now to stream either basketball games or stream FIFA or play Fortnite or Call of Duty. The crazy thing was Devin Booker for the Phoenix Suns was playing with Nadeshot. He was playing Call of Duty with Nadeshot, and Nadeshot told the NBA player that his season was over. And that's how the basketball player found out.
Whoa, that's savage.
Wow.
So, and he was like, what are you talking about? And he's just like, everybody in my chat saying it. And I just think it's going to be a cool thing for maybe some athletes to come together and maybe put on a tournament, a charity tournament or something like that in, say, Call of Duty or Fortnite or Apex, whatever you play, maybe do a charity thing where, we're going to donate to canned goods or something like that. I think that'd be really cool for athletes to do because they're not playing their game that they know. But if they go on Twitch and they tweet out like, hey, I'm live on Twitch right now, you'll probably get a lot of people that are going to go into that channel and support it.
Who was he? I remember when I first heard about Ninja, he was playing with Drake.
Yep.
Yeah. Like that. That's the only reason I heard about it. But I was like, little stuff like that can make, like, even if 10% of the people stay from like an NBA player bringing them in, that's still people that weren't going to check out any of the content before that might have a chance to stop by your content now.
I think we're in a good spot right now for gaming. Everybody's inside. People are playing video games now more than probably ever. And I think there's a good opportunity for gamers and maybe Twitch or Mixer or YouTube, any platform out there, to do good. So let's see. Again, it's changing every day. And like Reaper said, be safe. Be safe. Stay home if you can. Play video games. Check out streamers. Check out Reaper. Check out Mendy.
I would just love to see Twitch step up and like just do something for the community.
I heard the CEO watches this podcast a lot.
Yeah, always talk about unique content and that stuff. I'm like, come on, Twitch, do something original here. You can do it. Do a trick.
The CEO is a big supporter of the GGR, so when they see this podcast, I'm sure they'll do something.
We're on the homepage right now for it, I believe.
Oh yeah.
No, seriously, like it's like, and I know it's scary, but let's see. Let's go gaming community. Let's do some good for this one. You know what we have right now is we have a couple GGR Discord questions for you, Reaper, that people submitted. So we're going to move over to that section of the podcast and show right now. The first one comes from Scoot. Scoot says, Reaper, being a fighter, how do you manage your time to stream and how does it affect your stream schedule? Which I thought was a great question.
Great question.
Yeah, so I actually think this is really important for almost anybody starting off. If you're thinking about doing a stream schedule or, you hear about stream schedule, I really am a big advocate of do a weekly stream schedule. It takes a lot of pressure off what you're doing. If you're not feeling so hot that week, you don't have to be forced to stream all the time. And especially my job, I work like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because we work 24 hours at the firehouse, and then I'll work Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and it just goes on like that. So I'll do the weekly stream schedule. I'll try to put it out there on like Instagram and Twitter, things like that. But that honestly makes a big difference in the content. That way people know when they can find you, but at the same time, it's not like the entire month you're dedicated 3 weeks out for something you're immediately dedicated to having to stream. Because it's a good way. If you don't feel good that day, then you feel even worse that you're now, I won't say bailing on the community, but unable to provide them the best content possible.
Do you have because firefighters have crazy hours, bro? Like I know a couple in my general area that do it. I play softball with them, and it's a weird schedule. So it must be difficult to stream, keep up the energy of a good stream while dealing with those crazy hours. Am I somewhat close to being correct on that, or?
I mean, yeah, and that's why again the weekly to me is really important because I work. Within 2 weeks, I'm working 144 hours. Ooh. And it's so weird talking to people about it because I regularly work 72 to 48 hours a week. And we work overnights. So if we get 6 calls overnight, then you're basically not getting any sleep. And I got to come home. And that's why I usually do stream times around 1 or 2. That way I can take a pretty good nap. But especially with the YouTube content now, I'm trying to edit that and work on that. I do a side job of like cleaning offices and stuff because firefighting, love the job. Best job in the world. Doesn't really pay the bills. Twitch doesn't pay the bills. And pretty much 99%, and if you're newer, 99% of my Twitch income has gone to upgrading the stream, upgrading the setup. Because again, you're playing the long ball, guys. You're not shooting for making $1 million next week. It's just the weirdest job ever. And it does get hard some days where it is harder to bring the good energy. But if that happens, I'll just do like a 3-4 hour stream. Then I'll just try to stop by some other streams and really try to figure out what I want to do the next day.
And any job is tough, but I just know with your hours, I can see it being a little more different than, working 8 to 5 for myself. Mendy's got some crazy hours as well. And, I think a stream schedule, week to week stream schedule is the way to go. You're not booking yourself in advance for too much. And you can kind of, sit down, say, okay, this is my week. This is when I'm going to be able to do it. And then everybody else knows it. So I like that. And yeah, man, it's a tough hours for you to, and then all of a sudden you just pump out awesome streams, which is big pogs to you, brother. Big pogs to you.
Thanks, man. Hardest part's dealing with Gina and the dog, frankly. She's over there. So I pretty much have to deal with free time. I got to make it for her and him. And that takes up most of my time on the off.
Those, they need the time,
Yeah, family's important. Can't neglect the family.
Big true. The second question actually comes from me. And Stav writes, Reaper, do you use any mustache products or do you just have a magic mustache comb?
I actually do not use anything. Yeah, so the mustache, I'll just say it started off as like a big joke at the firehouse. For me, I do a lot of stuff sarcastically. And especially like streaming wise, like I used to dab sarcastically and say yeet, and it just kind of caught on. And one of the guys at the fire department, I'd been there like a month, and he's like, hey, man, grow out your mustache. Never grown out my mustache before. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And I grew it, and actually was like just going straight down. So it looked like straight, basically like I was a trucker.
Like the handlebar?
It just went straight down. I remember. And then eventually I was like, you know what? I'm going to shave under it. And I went and found some pomade, and I would like wax it up. And I did this for a month. I was like, man, this kind of sucks. So I just stopped, and it turned out it just stayed that way. So now I get out of the shower, literally comb it both ways, and it just stays. Like if I had to wax this, there'd be like no way I'd keep it. It's a lot of work.
Mendy had a mustache for 2 weeks and he couldn't handle it, so he shaved it the next day.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've seen a lot
especially
of people.
starter growing. It's uncomfortable. It gets in the way. There's a lot of other things.
I'm ready though.
I just casually trim it under, man. Oh yeah, dude, the wooden comb. Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
I got one somewhere.
I got some more goodies too. Like if I need to trim it up, or I actually have
and
two
all you need is some scissors. That's all you gotta do. You just scissors. You just go under. You just trim the lip, and you're good, man.
I got you. I got 2 scissors actually, which is
Oh,
this one's a little bit more sharper, I guess. And then I could just because there's a lot of hair here. I can just.
Mendy, put those down before you hurt yourself. Come on, you're not trained. You're not trained in the mustache trimming.
Yeah, Deuces. I know Deuces definitely uses wax, and it's just the worst. Especially you never know how it looks. And then if you wax it wrong, you got one side going this way, and it's stuck there forever.
Deuces. I'm surprised.
I wax my beard. No, I don't.
Dude, I mean, you got to oil the beard. Got to soften it up.
I actually don't use oil on my beard.
Oh man, oof! Bold strategy, Cotton.
It's just all natural and gross.
Same.
All natural.
I don't know if you can notice, but I'm
not
also
allowed to have a beard, man. We got to shave for work.
But mustaches are okay.
Yeah, because so we wear SCBAs, which is a mask. It has to seal all around here. So this is especially how it curls up. It doesn't go into the way at all. It's perfect.
That is money.
Oh my god.
All right, Stav's getting a mustache. That's it. Done.
Yep. I told you to do that when Deuces was here. I was the only one that had the.
No, man, I gotta hide this ugliness going on behind this. It's not a pretty picture. Well, boys, I think we're getting towards that time of the night. Reaper, thank you so much for coming on. Loved all the conversations we had. Thank you so much for jumping in. This is your time to do any plugs you would like to do. Good thing about this, Mendy doesn't get to rate you because
he can rate me if he wants. I mean, you can send it.
Oh,
like I said, I already think I'm trash anyway, so
be prepared.
It's not going to change my opinion.
So this is your time, baby.
He's getting ready.
Shout out anybody that you want. So please, you have the floor.
All right. Well, again, thanks so much for having me, guys. I love talking about this stuff. Like the partner thing is really important. Just acquiring the knowledge is such a big thing, and open discussions are the best thing because even if you don't agree, it's okay to disagree. I think having a narrow mind, one-sided, is just you're hurting yourself realistically. And like I said a couple times, guys, I started up a YouTube channel. It's Reaper of Hugs on there. Real basic stuff. I do unboxings of like shiny objects like this keyboard, and it's color scheme perfect. Branding. Nice. Works well. And other than that, I actually post like Instagram, Reaperofhugs42, Twitter, Reaperofhugs42, and on Twitch, Reaperofhugs42 again. I post a weekly stream schedule on there to let you guys know when I'm going live. Best thing you can ever do, though, is just follow, enable the notifications for future streams, future content, things like that. Because like I said, my times do vary, but you can always find me. You can connect with me on Discord or wherever. Just yell at me. I don't care. I'm pretty calm with everything. I don't mind. I do take a while to get to DM sometimes, but because I like to sit down and give it the time of day. I don't like just quick responding to everybody like, cool, man, sounds good. See you later. It just sounds very trivial. So yeah.
Excellent.
Can I rate it now?
Yeah, sure. I mean, that was a 10, but it's up to you.
I'm going to give you a 12 out of 10.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, senpai.
I didn't expect that.
Mendy, any plugs that you have?
All shout outs to go to my years. Everybody keep urine, keep doing your thing. Just year. Actually, I do want to give a serious one. I'm currently wearing custom Geek graphics shirts.
Dude, that was my plug last week.
No, it wasn't. You weren't wearing it last week.
You stole it.
You were wearing it last week.
Go ahead.
So yeah, custom Geek graphics. He made all these lovely overlays. Shout out goes to him. Huge help with the GGR stuff. And he's one of the big years out there, so definitely keep yearing it out. And shout out to my turtle, Speedy Claxton. The biggest year of all the years. And everybody stay safe. Seriously. Everybody stay safe and stay healthy.
Of all the years.
Just be smart, people.
My shout out goes.
Panic.
My shout out goes to Tito, as Tito's getting his bellies rubbed right now, which looks phenomenal.
Wow.
I give belly rubs out for free daily. Stop by the Twitch. Find me in the just chatting section. OnlyFans.
My plug is just to everybody be safe. Seriously. Go check out some streamers. Just have fun. Stay inside if you can. It's weird. Don't get too scared, but common sense. Be smart. Be safe. And just play video games. just stay inside.
Stay inside and watch this.
Stay inside and play video games. But that's gonna do it for us. Reaper, thank you again. Tito, thanks for coming by. Teets, Mendy, thank you so much. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I do want to plug the Techni Sport chair I'm sporting here.
Nice.
It's on the YouTube channel, but they actually have like 30% off a lot of their products right now until like 2nd because of March. And on top of that, you guys can stack my discount code for an extra 10% off any of the sales, which I think is really cool because most companies don't let you stack the codes.
We will get that from you, and we will put it in the information of all the stuff that we send out there. So we'll grab that after the podcast for sure.
Thanks, man.
Big shout out to that. So everybody listening, thank you so much. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple, thank you so much. Everybody who hung out in Twitch chat, all my Twitchers out there, thank you so much for kicking it the entire night. I hope you all had a great time. Thank you for the support. Thank you for coming by. I greatly appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for hanging out and watching. Love every single one of you. Big preach to all my preachers out there.
Big preach.
Seriously, thanks everybody so much.
Yes.
Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. We'll see you next week. We got another good one next week. So
tune into that.
Later. Thanks for playing. Appreciate it. Stav out. Later world.
Peace.
See you guys.